Hello viewers, my name is Kuldeep Singh. Welcome to my YouTube channel Technical Skills. Guys, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe this channel and please do hit the bell icon for latest updates. Hello viewers, if any one of you is interested in taking online or offline training, you can contact me on the number given on screen. You can call me or you can send me a WhatsApp message. Also, you can check my number in description of video. Thank you very much. Hello viewers, welcome again to this new PLC tutorial session. In this session we will cover some more practice examples of counters. So we'll starting with the question number 6. So you can see on your screen, this is the example number 6. When start push button is pressed, output A gets on. When same push button is pressed again, output A gets off. Once it gets off, it only gets on after 15 seconds, irrespective of number of times start push button is pressed again and again. Output A gets off on pressing stop push button. So this is the question. So we'll start with the first line first. When start push button is pressed, output A gets on. Okay. So when start push button is pressed, so this is the start. So when start push button is pressed, output A gets on. We'll take a counter. So you can give preset or you can leave it. Okay, next is compare. We'll take equal to C5 colon 0 dot ACC 1. This is output A. So this is the first part. When start push button is pressed, output A gets on. When same push button is pressed again, output A gets off. So this will work for this much part. We can check. So this is the first force on, force off. When first push button is pressed, output A gets on. When same push button is pressed again, output A gets off. So this is working till now. So next part is, once it gets off, it only gets on after 15 seconds, irrespective of number of times start push button is pressed again and again. So if you press it again and again, it should not get on. It will only get on after 15 seconds. Okay. So we can check. It is not getting on, but it is not getting on even after 15 seconds right now. So we have to make some changes and we have to make some logic so that we can get the answer. Okay, so this is the first part. It is working, but now we have to make the second part. So we have to introduce a timer. So after it gets off, the timer should get on. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll take a compare again. We'll take a greater than. If this is greater than 1, means when it is greater than 1, the output gets off. Okay, so when output gets off, timer, T on timer gets on, T4 colon 0, and this is 15 seconds. So after 15 seconds this output gets on. So we can do in two ways. First is that, just wait. So we can do in two ways. First is that we should take a done bit and we can make it on directly, like I'm doing. I'm taking done bit over here and I'll give a addressing of done bit T4:0/dn. So after 15 seconds it will make this output on. Okay, and also we need a stop push button. Okay, so I'll take a stop push button over here. So I'll give addressing I1:0.0/1. so name it stop and take a reset of the counter C5:0. So now my answer is over. So we can check the solution. So this is the input, force on, force off, output is on. Again you press it, force on, force off, output off. You can see the timer is running. If you still make it on off, it will not on. But after 15 seconds only it will on, because after 15 seconds done bit gets on and this output A gets on. Okay, and you can make it off using this stop push button. Okay, so we'll just use a stop to make it off. Second way of doing this question is that after 15 seconds you want to make it on through this start push button only. So what you will do, you will not use this DN bit over here. So you can remove this DN bit. So after this 15 seconds then you need to take a done bit and you need to put some value in the done bit in counter so that you can get the perfect value. Okay, so you can see how it works. Take a done bit and you can take another move. Okay, so I will put done over here. Okay, and move 1 to C5:0.acc. So after 15 seconds you move a shift a value 1 to the counter and the counter will again gets on, the output again gets on. Force on, force off, force on, force off, again you can force on, force off. You can see after 15 seconds it automatically gets on, because it will move value 1 to the counter and with output A again gets on. Again you can reset it using this stop push button. Okay, so this is the solution for example number 6. So let's move on to the example number 7. This is question number 7. When start push button is pressed, output A gets on. When same push button is pressed again, output B gets on. This process repeats again and again until stop push button is pressed. In addition to this, if any output remains on for 10 seconds, then both outputs interchange their status. So question says that there is a this question has two parts. One is the manual work and other is the automatic work. So we have the two outputs. When the first start push button pressed, output A gets on. Okay, when same push button is pressed again, output A gets off and output B gets on. This type of question you have done in your past examples. So this process repeats again and again manually until stop push button is pressed. Now the second part is, in addition to this, if any output remains on for 10 seconds, suppose you don't press the push button again. Suppose you press the push button, output is on, you again don't press the push button until so you wait for 10 seconds. Okay, if output is on for 10 seconds, then what is happening, that output A automatically gets off and output B gets on automatically. It will wait for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds it will change the status of both outputs, means output output on, that output is on will get off and the output is off is get on. Okay, similarly if you don't press the button again and you wait for 10 seconds, then output B gets off and output A gets on. This process again repeats and again until stop push button is pressed. Okay, so let's go to solution. Let's take a new file. Now start with the first part, that manual part. When first start push button is pressed, so you take a counter C5:0. Now we'll take a compare equal to C5:0.acc and is 1. Now I will take output A. Now again second compare C5:0.acc 2 equal to 2. Again I will take an output B. Okay, and now again I'll go for compare equal to 3. When it is equal to 3, we'll take a move command, move 1 in destination C5:0.acc. So this is the first part. So when you press the push button, output A gets on. When you press it again, B gets on. When you press it again, it means when it is equal to 3, again it goes to 1. Okay, because the move command is working like that, it passes the value 1 to the counter. Okay, so you can check when you press it first. Okay, A gets on. Again you press, B gets on. Again you press, again A gets on. Again you press, B gets on, again you press, A gets on, again you press. Okay, so this is repeating again and again, means the manual part is working. So we'll go to the second part. Second part is, if in addition to this, if any output remains on for 10 seconds, then both outputs interchange their status. So you have to put a timer in this. So we'll add on timer so that we can get the timing that any output is getting on for 10 seconds. So we'll use a T-on timer in parallel to this so that we can check the time for on time for the output. Okay, so we'll take a timer over here, T-on timer, T4:0, okay, for 10 seconds. Okay, now I will take another timer, T-on timer again, T4:1 for 10 seconds. Now, so these timers will note the timing that these two outputs are getting on for 10 seconds. Now what you have to do is, both should interchange their status after 10 seconds. How it will work? How both will change their status after the 10 seconds? If I use a done bit over the second timer over here and first time done bit over here in second run, I think it will not work. You can try it. So I will give you a simple way. What you can do is, you can just use a done bit over here. I'm using a done bit over here, T4:0/dn. Okay, now this is the done bit for the first timer and this is the done bit for the second timer. Okay, so what is happening is that when you press the when 10 seconds are over, this done bit will just increment the counter. When the counter gets incremented, it moves on to the second output. When again it gets incremented, again goes to the first output. Okay, now what is left is, need to take a stop push button. So I will take a stop. Sorry. Stop. I will take a reset for the counter. So this is the solution. So let's check the solution. Okay, so let's check the solution. You press the force on, force off. You can see output gets on, timer is working. Okay, if you press again, you can check second output. Okay, again force on, force off. You can check second output gets on. Okay, if you again press, again first gets on. Okay, so now you have to wait for 10 seconds. You can check after 10 seconds output B gets on. Now if it doesn't press input again, it will wait for 10 seconds that you are pressing or not. Again it will make this output on. So this done bit gets on, this done bit gets on. It increments the counter to second, so that second output gets on. When it again increments to third, then again first gets on. So this is how this is working. Now you can use a stop push button to stop the output. Okay, so this is the solution for question number 7. So this is it for today's session. Thank you very much. Keep practicing, keep learning. Hello viewers, if any one of you is interested in taking online or offline training, you can contact me on the number given on screen. You can call me or you can send me a WhatsApp message. Also you can check my number in description of video. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe this channel. Also hit the bell icon for latest updates. Please give this video thumbs up and do share it with your friends. Also please comment below how do you like this video. If you have any questions, please comment below. I will definitely answer your questions. Thank you very much.